Hey, 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 power walkers! It's Carmina with the Fit and Healthy After 40 Club. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. I did a boo boo this afternoon. I did a training for the challenge for 22 whole minutes. And then I realized the whole time I was on mute. So nobody could hear anything I said. So I had to redo it all over again. But anyway, it was that kind of day. So I hope you had hope you had a good day. Today's what? Today's Wednesday, so it's hump day. And I almost didn't do this training because I'm a little bit tired today. But I heard a training for myself. And I was like, oh my God, this is so powerful. I really want to share it with you guys. And it's all about the words that we use in our everyday language. And we don't realize the power that they have and how they can really affect our destiny. And I know it sounds dramatic, but let me tell you why I say that. One of the very first training I did for the challenge, I gave them a map to success, and that map to success starts with your thoughts, because what you think determine how you feel, and how you feel determines what action you're going to take, and the action that you're going to take determine your results, and your destiny is simply like a bunch of results put together, right? That's the sum of your results is your destiny. But how do we express our thoughts? We express our thoughts with the words that we say. And therefore, that goes to show that your words are very powerful. They can change your destiny. And there are words that we use in our everyday language. We don't pay attention to them because they're so common, right? We just say them and it doesn't register. But I heard that today and I was like, oh my God, and some of them I'm so guilty of them. So I'm gonna look at my notes because I took notes and I'm so tired I can't remember anything anyway. So I have to look at my notes today. All right. So anyway, I wanted to share those with you because when you catch yourself, and it's gonna take time, all right? It's not something that you heard it today and then you're going to immediately it's gonna change. It's not. It's going to require that you pay attention, that you become aware of when you're using the words, and that you make the choice, right? You choose for yourself. You know what? This is not how I want to change the results that I'm getting, and therefore I'm going to change the language that I use. All right. So the first one, and if that's the one that I used actually yesterday on a coaching call, and my coach caught me and she's like, no, 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 Carmina, you don't need anything. You may want something, but you don't need it. And it's so true because there are very few things in life that we actually need. We need food, we need water, we need shelter. That's pretty much it. Everything else is a want, right? And the reason that's important is because when you say I need, it comes from a place of I don't have, I'm lacking, and therefore I'm asking. Do you see what I mean? Like the vibration shift of the word is very subtle if you're not paying attention. But once you catch yourself, you're like, oh yeah, I don't need, I want. It's just like you don't need to fly first class. You want to fly first class, but you don't need to. The plane, it's the same plane, it's going to take you the same place. So you don't need to fly first class. You want. And a better word than want, I think, is I would love. I would love X, Y, and Z, right? I would love to fly first class one day, right? I don't need to fly first class because need implies that I can't have it, but I would love it. It puts it like it's my wish, and I put it out in the universe. This is what I want. Do you see what I mean? Another one that I'm so guilty of is no problem. When somebody asks you for something, or they say thank you and you're like, oh, no problem. or no worries. I say that all the time. But why we need to shift no problem, no worries is because you see, your subconscious mind doesn't have a sense of humor. Like when you say no problem, you don't actually mean problem. You don't actually mean worries, but this is what's get registered in your mind, right? So a much better way of, of saying it is my pleasure, right? Because we don't want to attract problems and worries into our lives. We want to attract pleasure. So when, if you're like me and this is one of your key phrases, catch yourself when you say it. It's, again, it's not going to be automatic, but it's going to, I really think it's going to shift the vibration of how you show up in the world, and that is going to have a really big impact. So let's leave the no problems, no worries at the door, and instead let's use my pleasure. Okay. Another one that also was very interesting, it's the word cost or price. So you see something and you really want it. What's the first question? Well, what's the cost? How much is it going to cost me, right? And what that implies, it implies that you're going to what's the word, you're going to suffer in order to get what you want. Do you see the subtle shift there? So instead, let's change the word price and cost to investment. Like, what is the investment? Right? Because when you're buying something, you are investing in yourself. That's the bottom line. Like, you don't buy something just for the sake of spending the money. You're buying something because you believe it's going to give you something in return that's going to benefit you, right? It's going to add to your happiness. It's going to add to the quality of your life. So you are investing in yourself, right? So that's one there. The other one, and that's a really juicy one. It's hard, it's tough, it's difficult, right? So oftentimes when I'm on a call with clients and they talk about their challenges, right? They're like, well, it was hard to X, Y, and Z. It was like, no, let's reframe that. Up until now, right? I had a tough time with X, Y, and Z. Versus, because the thing is, when we just say it's tough, it's hard, it's difficult, we just get stuck in the like the present, and the how do I say that, it feels constrictive. It's like, okay, this is a stopgap. I couldn't do it, it was difficult, it was tough, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Whereas when you add those three words, up until now, you open up the possibilities, and you give yourself grace, understanding that up until now you didn't have, the tools, the perspective, or whatever it is that you needed, right, to bring that particular goal or that particular task to fruition. So up until now you couldn't do it, but now in this moment you're realizing that there is something you need to know, feel, or understand in order to be able to move forward. And again, that it shifts your energy from oh, I can't, it will never happen for me, um that type of mindset that really doesn't get you anywhere other than to make you feel like a victim, to a powerful energy where you recognize, okay, I have a limitation there, but it was just up until now. Now I am recognizing what's going on, and I can do better. I will do better. See the difference? It's a subtle one again. And this one is also, I mean, they're all good. They're all good. Super, super common is to say, I can't. Oh, I would love to do that, but I can't. I would love to buy that dress, but I can't. I can't is another victim language. Like it just keeps you in the like I'm powerless. Like there's nothing I can do. I can't. Right? There's I mean, obviously there are things that, it perhaps now it's not possible or it's not yet doable, but the reality is not that you can't. The reality is that you choose. You choose to or you choose not to. So I think it's an important shift. Like we're taking back the power when we say I choose to or I choose not to. Like this is a choice that I'm making. I am not at the mercy of my circumstances. I'm not at the mercy of whatever is going on that makes me feel like, oh God, what can I do? Like I can't, right? Do you feel the energy shift between I can't versus I choose not to? See that? And then the last one that I'm going to leave you with is could have, should have, or will. And I say that more specifically when we're setting goals, right? A lot of time, and particularly with I will, people write their goals and they will say, I will do X, Y, and Z, right? Because we're like, oh, in the future, this is what I'm going to do. A much more powerful word is I am. And at first, it's going to feel weird, but it's such a powerful shift, right? Like when you set your goals in the present moment, your brain starts to go in overdrive trying to figure out how to make that statement true. Versus when you say I will, it's like, oh well, it's sometime in the future, X, Y, and Z will or will not happen. Versus the I am is like the embodiment of your power. It's saying, I'm owning this, right? I am doing it. I am doing it right now. It may not be in my current reality yet, but I'm doing it. And because I'm doing it, I'm already behaving as the person who is doing it. My coach, Stephanie Matos, she's doing a very powerful 3-day masterclass. It's called the Goddess Revolution. I know there's a couple of men in this group, but it's such a powerful session. Like we've had such two very powerful sessions about embodying like your being, right? It's like, yes, we want to do, we want to have, but before we can do and have, we first have to be. So who do we need to be today in order to have and do the things we want to do and have, right? And that's where the I am comes in. I am a very powerful human being, and I am doing X, Y, and Z in my life today, right? So anyway, I know I geek out on those things, but I thought it was, oh my God, my mind was blown again, because I'm so guilty of saying those things all the time. And it really brought a lot of awareness to me and how I was using my language in the wrong way and that it was not serving me. So, how can we serve our future self by today starting to use words that are powerful and that shape our destiny? So, I know it was a little woo woo. I hope this was useful. And yeah. I'll share something a bit more practical tomorrow, I guess. But I hope you guys found value. And maybe not all the words at once, but maybe there's one word that you're going to take, and you're like, okay, from today, I'm really going to pay attention to and not say that particular word. So the words were I need. We replace that with I would love. No problem, no worries. with my pleasure, cost or price with investment. It's hard, it's tough, it's difficult with up until now. I can't with I choose to or I choose not to. And finally, could have, should have, or will with I am. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care. Bye for now.